Hey, welcome back. So we're playing the this actually is a deck that's been getting a little bit of traction in competitive play. So we're gonna give it a go here and see how it fares. The deck revolves around having Umori the Collector here as your companion, and the restriction of Umori is that all your deck has to share the same card type. So we're gonna need to have only creatures then, well, non-land cards. So we're gonna have to have basically all creatures. So the whole point is a bunch of creatures, and a bunch of them mutate, and we just play these mutators to victory. One of the cards that is surprising, like this uncommon here, this Auspicious Starrix. As an uncommon, this is insane. So whenever it mutates, I get to flip over X cards where X is the number of times it mutated and put those into the battlefield. Every card in this deck is a permanent. So when we do this, every time I mutate, I'm taking all the cards, putting them into the battlefield. Hitting this End-Raze Forerunners is one of the ones we'd really like to hit. It's a 7/7 haste, and it gives all my other creatures +2/+2 vigilance and trample. So if we've got a couple things out, we hit the Forerunner. That's usually enough to smack face. Otherwise, pretty standard mutator cards. I'll talk through them, I think, as they come up. And so let's just get into some games and see how we do. All right, welcome back. This card is pretty trash. This hand is trash. So we're going to mulligan this. And this hand is better, so we will keep it. Parcelbeast is not really where I think we want to be. 2 Pouncing Sharks is not bad. I will definitely need to hit a we need to hit another land drop. Oh, okay. I've played against a deck kind of like this before. Paradise Druid is great. It is absolutely fantastic here. Yes, I really need the benefit. So what his deck does, I think, is he's going to look to play these Ginger Brutes, and then I think there's an enchantment that gives it gives your creature +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control, I think. Nope. Okay, we're playing the Steel Overseer deck. All right, we're playing some artifacts. I don't like it. I think it's going to be a really tough matchup, but in theory, I like it. I like where his head is at. Paradise Druid I don't think is exactly what we need. I'm not sure that he's going to have a ton of targeting. I think what I want to do, I want to get these sharks and start bouncing things. So that's what I think we're going to look to do, is just start to bounce with sharks. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get in there. Maybe I could have kept him back to block, but what's he gonna do next turn? He can pump. God, I can't believe I'm getting my face beaten by a bunch of gingerbread men. That's some good damage. I'll give him that. That is some good damage. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got enough up. I can play Paradise Druid. I think that I'm better off. I'll see what he does, and I will pounce in the shark if we need to. Because once I get a second shark down, and I bounce, that lets me bounce basically his entire hand, which is, I think, going to be really strong. Because every time I play something, every time I mutate, I bounce 2 things, which is even better tempo. Pre-combat, okay. Pass 2 attackers, okay. Flash in a shark. I'll go over. Get some extra damage through when I untap here. So I'm sure he'll play it again, but you lose the, like, at that point the haste is gone, so 1/1 for 1. He's already tapped his Steel Overseer. Alright. Although I'm sure this deck does more than just play Gingerbread Men in the Steel Overseer. So we'll soon enough find out, I'm sure. Nope, more Gingerbread Men. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I can go play the Umori. Yeah, I can play the Umori and still bounce 2 things. So let's do it that way. Because this guy also is going to let me... He's a pretty solid blocker if need be. Maybe we lose him. That's okay. Let's attack in with the shark. And if I need to bounce 2 things, I bounce 2 things. Oh, let's attack in with the okay. So they're getting held up here, which tells me they must have an instant or well, the response is that they can activate this guy's ability. I maybe. They're thinking. So let's attack in with the Pouncing Shark. If they get tricky, I will just bounce 2 of their things if we need to. Damage. Excellent, excellent. And the turn. So when they go into... What they've been doing is they've been Steel Overseeing before damage, which is a little bit odd to me. They should be doing it during the damage step at instant speed based on what I do. I think they may just be playing lazy. Okay. Pass 2 attackers. So they're going to do it again. They'll do a turn damage. I think the game froze again. Nothing to do with us. They did an update today. Wow, okay, they didn't attack. I'm a little surprised by that. Well, let's Pouncing Shark anyway, and really set them back here. So they spent all of their mana to play that Serpent Claw, so I will bounce it, and I will bounce their other Gingerbread. Well, Forestry. Take action. Take action. Great. Oh, that's exactly what we want to draw. So let's play the Trumpeting Gnarr here. Bounce their other 2, and then we'll smack them for this. Yeah, so I bounce their other 2 creatures. Nice. And I should get a Trumpeting Gnarr off of this and get a land. So they'll send them both back. They got no blockers. We'll attack in for 8. They might be able to play their whole hand. But even if they do, I think we should be in a pretty good spot after that. We got them at 2. We'll play our Paradise Druid. So now they have to play basically their entire hand as blockers, and if I draw any mutates, we can return them, unless they've got something else going on. That should slow them down. Like they can't play their brutes in attack because they'll need blockers to keep them alive at 2. Any creature coming through kills them as well. So they need to get rid of. They need to get ideally 4 blockers down, which I don't think they can. I think they just gave us the game. I think they just gave us the game. Yeah. So yeah, the Pouncing Shark there is just too good, bouncing all their stuff. Alright, welcome back. I think this is definitely... It's a keepable hand. It's not a super strong hand, but I can go Druid, and then maybe we'll get our Migratory Greathorn. But otherwise, I've got a couple ways to start to pump up this Druid. I've got creatures that'll get off of it from the Trumpeting Gnarr. I've got my Auspicious Starrix to start going super wide. Oh yes, 2 sharks. Okay, this hand is not bad. Grazer is not really what we need to be. That's not going to do much for us. What we really want is the Migratory Greathorn. I think that's probably the best card we could hope for. Let's play our Forest. We'll play our Paradise Druid here. So, I see black and I see blue. Okay, maybe this is the flash deck. I don't like. There's a play for sure where I can Pouncing Shark next turn at instant speed. I'm not a huge fan of that because I don't really want to lose the tempo of having it bounced. Another Grazer. We just got rid of the last one. We'll get rid of him too. We'll play Baby Godzilla here. Okay. So I think I'm in a okay spot. Next turn I can start bouncing his stuff. I definitely don't want to attack. So I think we're playing against blue-black flash would be my guess. So tempo will be pretty key. I mean, all this stuff you'll be able to play at instant speed, but I think just bouncing it repetitively and getting value off it, especially with the Greathorn, will be really good. Once I get 2 of the sharks on it too, then I'm bouncing 2 for 1. That's probably more tempo than you can handle. This is okay. I mean, I can't do anything about the flyer. I guess those stupid little sloths, I guess, could have helped me there, but that's all right. I can flash this in. I don't need to play it right now, so we'll go next. It only costs 3. You only cost 4. I can probably take a turn. I think I'm actually okay to get the Gnarr down first. Because now, like, I'm going to take a bit of a smack. I don't need to first. I'm going to take a bit of a smack, but I think then once I do, well, the value I lost there was I'm going to go shark. I could have gone shark, shark, Gnarr, but I think I'm going to get the extra value by going wide with these guys. Especially then with the Starrix, the Starrix here. Going, if I flip over the End-Raze, I'll have some attackers that'll get pumped. Alright, Paradise comes back. I forced him to use that there. So I don't want to block that and lose it. I'll take the damage here. It's not that much. I don't think blue. Wow, this deck just makes you want to play that, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could play twice with tapping. No, I don't want to do that. I think we're just gonna have to. We're gonna discard this Grazer. It just really wants me to play that. If I play Umori, then I only have to pay 2 to bounce, but I will tap it. And I already know he's got bounce, so I'd lose some tempo there for sure. Let's not. I can go a couple turns with these guys. That's fine. I ideally don't want to have to bounce the Brazier because then it gives him away the bounce again. Okay, so let's Shark. Mutate it. Fine, maybe I'll keep the End-Raze just to block a little extra damage there. We'll go over. Bounce his Cutthroat. And then we still take 5. God, bouncing both just sounds so good, but I can't afford for him to come back, and we have to start over again. We've invested a lot of turns building that up. So, play the Grazer. It has reach. Go next. No attacks. Return. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you play it, right? He's going to need to go a little ways before I need to worry about blocking it, because I can block this right now with one of these guys. Yeah, so even if he attacks, that's okay. And we're about to get some great tempo. So bouncing this is going to definitely lose me a little bit of tempo here. Yeah, you know what? I don't think that... Oh, wow, is so good. I'll get rid of the Lurker. So let's bounce 2 of... Oh, that's going to make his... Yeah, I'm just giving him more fodder for his Cutthroat, so we'll go down this path. Take action. Take action. And I will block to not take 3 damage here. Like he can play both of those back to make the Cutthroat big. That's okay. So now what I want to do is start getting... I think that I can get... Yeah, so let's play this. This is going to start letting us go super wide and just bounce so much of his stuff. I bounced both of those again. Don't need the Paradise Druid. So now we're about to get a whole whack load of things on the board here. Every time this game is moving. Oh, that's insane. Every time. I kind of needed one there, actually, though. Let's get in with these two. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not enough. Considering that he can just play lethal next turn. Oh. Well, I wouldn't have been able to draw the Grazer anyway. No, we know he's going to bounce that. Oh, all of our Grazers are on the bottom, and we didn't shuffle because we didn't get a Greathorn. So I've got no reach. After all of that, I needed the reach. Oh, that's... Yeah, so he should be able to... actually, so he can go 1, yep, and 2, 3, and that's 5. The Grazers. The Grazers, they I didn't think that they would be so relevant to that game.
Hey, welcome back. This looks like a pretty solid keep here. I got a Paradise Druid, the lands to play it, some Baby Godzilla, some things to go into. So we're gonna keep this. Playing up against the Yori and Sky Nomad deck. So usually those are a little more like a control deck. Board sweepers are definitely going to be a problem, but if we can get past the board sweeper, we might be able to, especially with 2 of these Auspicious Starrix. Oh, well, we're probably gonna... Yeah, okay, we lost the Paradise Druid, so unfortunate, but still a lot of time to go in this game. So I want to get the Baby Godzilla out, so I don't want to play the Temple this turn. I've got a turn 3 play. Well, yeah, let's go with the Forest into the Baby Godzilla. This allows me to accelerate out Umori if I need to, which gets these Auspicious Starrix going pretty fast. Okay, so I can play Parcelbeast on Baby Godzilla, or I can play my breeding pool into the Umori. No, this doesn't have mutate, so I can't do that. So I think my best path here is let's Temple, Forest. Nah, we don't really need the Forest right now. Well, actually, we're gonna mutate it, so this is I'm fine to discard that because I kind of like my hand right now. So we're gonna play the Parcelbeast on the Baby Godzilla here, and I can just discard that for us because I don't think that's relevant to be right now. And let's take the 2/4. I don't have any way to use the ability, so I might as well attack it. I thought this was going to be more like a Urian control deck, but I have not seen the Blood Operatives in that. This looks a little more like a surveil deck.
For your life. It makes your nightmare. You're a delectable snack.
Oh, interesting. He self-milled there. Okay. So we don't have this yet. Let's see, I can play the Umori here, and I think, honestly, that might be the way to go. This is costing me 6. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll actually, let's attack Ashiok here. And then...
You're a swine!
I'll play the Umori, naming creatures. Alright. So now all my creatures are quite cheap to play.
With one last nightmare.
I don't want to block. He might have a dead weight or something like that, and I don't want to lose the collector. I get a lot of value, so I think it's not worth blocking there. Let's start getting our board presence going. So I might as well, yeah, let's mutate out. So this is going to get me 2, discard a card. Probably don't need the breeding pit right now. Get a 6/6. Oh, fantastic. I don't need to play this out yet. It doesn't add a ton of value. So we're just going to hold it in our hand. And I think we're going to look to kill the Ashiok and send 6 damage to his face here. So now he's gonna...
Your nightmares remain.
He's gonna need to do something this turn because he's looking at a lot of damage to his face. This is worth a little loud there. Okay. So let's see. This is costing 1, 6 minus 2, so 4. And this is costing 4, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, so not enough to play both. Let's just go ahead and get more board presence going. So this is going to put a ton of permanence into play. I don't think I actually want... That's not where I need to be right now. Doesn't matter. It's just going to put all of our permanents in the play, basically. And I think what we're actually maybe hoping for here, if we can get there, is if we get, if we flip over the End-Razer, that's going to allow us to give everything a +2/+2, and should be enough to kill him. I mean, let's just, like, swing in at this point. Alright, there we go. So a little unnecessary probably to do all of that because none of them actually attacked, but hey, that's alright. You can see what this deck is capable of doing with just being able to put all that kind of stuff into play. This looks like a keepable hand. Not a ton of mutates to go early, but Paradise Druid, we might look to get an early Umori down with it, depending on whether it looks like we're playing against a removal deck or not. Red green. They might have burn. We'll have to see. But I think getting an early Umori could be pretty key. Okay. So let's get our druid out here.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
No blocks. Okay, so we're looking like we're playing up against like a riot type deck here. Yeah, I think I want to get the early Umori out. Especially if we can get this Archipelagore, that should help us to lock them down a fair bit. do we have enough for an Archipelagore? That costs 6, which is actually 5 now. You know what? I think what we're actually going to do is let's look to get... I don't want to tap this anymore. I kind of want to keep this alive because I'm going to start putting the Starrix on it. So let's just look to... Oh, I can't play that. Damn, should have played the lands differently. Well, that's not the end of the world. Let's start going. I mean, if he's got burn, a 6/6 is a little harder to burn, so unless he's got targeted removal, we might be actually okay here. This is going to start really giving us a good board presence. Hey, alright, we got our next one. No attacks. This is going to be too valuable to us right now, and he can group block it. Yeah, okay, so once we got this out, nothing he was able to do there. So you can just see the power of that uncommon is ridiculous. Alright, welcome back. So just wrapping up real quick. This deck does seem to be seeing some pro play. Maybe not this exact list, but pretty close to it. All in all, I think the deck it's really, really fun to play. I don't know if I had a video last week where I did a green-black deck that did not run Umori because I wanted to run some removal and interaction spells, which wouldn't let me make this a companion. Honestly, I kind of feel like I liked how that other deck, just a green-black, I liked how it played a little better. It felt like I had a little more ability to influence the game with the interaction spells that I had. And although the Umori does help, this does seem to be highly susceptible to sweepers, things like that. Now, part of that is, can you play around that? Like, if you know what the metagame is, you know what decks are playing what, and you can predict that, you could definitely keep some things in your hand to play around it. But all in all, worth putting together. It's not a very expensive deck, which is actually kind of nice too. Umori is the rare, which is good. But aside from that, the End-Raze Forerunners, we didn't really even get that. You didn't need it. Everything else is commons and uncommons. And you see with the lands, if you've got them, makes your life easier. But we were playing with Guildgates. I mean, it slows you down a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So give it a shot. Try it out. Let me know in the comments if there were lines you would have taken instead. And otherwise, like, subscribe, and make sure you come back for more content like this. Thanks.